The San Diego County firestorms of 2007 were a tragedy for the families of those who died or lost the place where they lived. But even as all this was happening, there were amazing stories of what firefighters were able to do, especially when it came to rescue, and particularly in one case on the Harris Fire near Potrero.
I got 4 manpower out here. What do you need?
In a sense, you could say that all the firefighters went above and beyond.
They've only had one meal on the last day. They've had plenty of water, but the only thing that's keeping them going now is that fire's coming up to the houses, and it's their job.
Pilots made aerial drops again and again, attacking the flames from above. On one day, CAL FIRE Captain Matt Streck says a whole area on the front of the Harris Fire was overrun by rapidly advancing fire.
The type and the amount of flames that everybody saw that day was just incredible. When the winds are 60 to 70 miles an hour, you can't get out of the way fast enough.
Suddenly, through the static on his radio, Matt Streck heard something.
I could hear screaming.
At the same moment, up above the smoke and fire, U.S. Forest Service helicopter pilot Mike Wagstaff could hear that same radio transmission.
We heard over the radio there was some sort of noises that certainly sound like screams and calls for immediate assistance.
The more he listened, the worse things sounded.
He said that he had a serious burnover. There were several serious injuries and probably fatalities.
With people in trouble below, in a split instant, Mike Wagstaff knew what he had to do, or at least try to do. Despite dense smoke and power lines, he was able to land his helicopter and make a rescue.
The captain, the 2 other firefighters, and the civilian came along, got into the back of the helicopter. I closed the doors. I turned around to check that the doors were locked. I saw the state of the firefighters and the civilian were very badly burnt.
Firefighters who saw the rescue or heard about it say Mike Wagstaff is a hero. Just ask Matt Streck.
That pilot, all of us feel he's a hero. You know, he saved our coworkers. He went in where, you know, by all accounts, you shouldn't have been able to fly a helicopter.
Yeah, it was very difficult. It was very difficult. But while I was doing this, I really had to assess the risk that I was going through. To have a helicopter incident at this time was just not acceptable.
Having come through wind and fire, Mike was able to get the survivors out to safety. And when he later met with the family of one of them, they made it clear that by any standard, he is their hero.
About that whole hero thing, Mike Wagstaff says he isn't a hero, that he was just doing his job. And after a break, one of the injured firefighters he rescued will tell her story of what happened on the ground, how she comforted a badly burned teenage boy, and how they together survived a firestorm pushed by the red winds of October.
Right now on NBCSanDiego.com, you have access to our extensive firestorm coverage right at your fingertips. Our special section features an interactive map where you can select our resource guide with important phone numbers and updates, or use our community map to find specific stories and video clips on the firestorm's effect in your neighborhood. Go to NBCSanDiego.com and look for links to our Firestorm Special section.